Um, so we really mourn the passing of our beloved Father Lino Nicasio. Yet we celebrate his life with joy and gratitude. He was a great servant of God, witty, funny, yet so wise as a shepherd of his flock. Father Lino may be small in stature or in height, but he exceeded in stature or esteem in his pastoral community. We were blessed to have him as the presiding priest during our own BLD ME weekend back in 1998. This was his first ME in BLD Toronto. And I remember that was also the weekend. I think it was a Saturday when he learned that his mother passed away in the Philippines. So he contemplated, he prayed about it. And that's when I saw the servanthood and the commitment from him, because he decided to stay with us during the ME weekend instead of going home to see his nanay. And he said, Nanay will understand, I'll be there for her when it's time for me to go back to the Philippines. So he stayed with us during that weekend. So that's when I really saw his commitment and his love and his dedication as a priest and as shepherd of the flock. And our connection and friendship, it grew through the years. One of the joyful reunions we had with Father Lino was in November 2011 in our Brampton home, in our house. And we really had a great time. He was having like some allergies with his eyes. So despite that it was like evening and it inside the house, he was wearing this dark black glasses, no? So it's like Men in Black. So every one of us, especially our shepherd, Barry, kind of copied him, and he wore also shades, no? So he was really funny. And then we saw him again in February 2020 at the BLD IDC 6 when he was invited as one of the speakers during the conference. So we chatted like we just pick up from our last conversation. And he said to me, smiling, when he smiles, he loses his eyes, no, diba? Like chinky eyes. And then he goes, Viv, in his malambing voice, Viv, hindi kita nakilala. Parang ang ganda-ganda mo ngayon. Mas maganda ka ngayon, sabi niya. Talagang bolero si Father bolero siya. So sabi ko, Father, ikaw talaga.
What we were sharing a while ago that Father Lino has been our spiritual director of several Merits Encounter weekends here in Toronto. And he also served in our BLD, St. Catherine, Cleveland. We brought him there. And one of the things that I could remember also about Father Lino is that, when he was here, his brother, I think, or his father suddenly passed away. And, he decided not to go home. He said he's okay na sa kanya na hindi siya uuwi. I said, let the dead bury the dead. That's how what he told us. And talagang Father is really very dedicated to his ministry. And he's very close to most of our Toronto couples. Kasi whenever he comes here, he enjoys eating yung magbabaon ng he goes to some bookstores. He loves to get books, and then he also wants ng mga chocolate para yun ang ipapabaon niya sa mga ibibigay niya sa mga siguro sa mga friends or the parishioners in his in the Philippines. And
Lots of stories.
he has lots of stories. And so we always remember him sa mga stories niya. And the last time that we saw Father Lino was during the IDC in CS in Manila in the Philippines. 2 years ago, he was invited as one of the speakers, pero we could see that he was already sick then, and he was but he still managed to give a talk, and still full of jokes. Yan. Kaya we will never forget Father Lino, and we are truly grateful, no, how he has also formed every one of us, and even gives us retreats. Yeah. And I think that's how we also started, Vancouver started to invite him, kasi nakilala din siya, no, through to us, na through Toronto, no, I think we mentioned to Vancouver then, to the leaders, that Father Lino would be available. So he also ministered, I think, most of the time to BLD Vancouver, and he would give retreats, encounters. He would stay there, I guess, for 1 month, no, just to give different programs.
Yeah.
So we will miss him talaga.
I'll always remember Father Lino. He was part of our ME class number 13, and he was also our pastoral priest then. Oh, whenever he's here, he would ask me, whenever we ask him, Father, where do you like to go? He would always say, bookstore. And just let him there and he'll get lost. Yeah, he forgets the time. One time, we have to bring him back to the DCS, and we were so late because we couldn't find him in the bookstore. Every time we bring him out, if he sees a bookstore, he will go there no matter what. So, yeah, he's our classmate, our very one, and we all miss him. Yeah, the last time I saw him was when I visited the Philippines. Yeah. And we went out, and he said he's still doing ME and all that. Yeah, we're sorry to hear him gone. I was hoping to see him once more. Yeah, Father Lino, we miss you and we love you.
As you are sharing, is a humble person and always joyful.
Mhm.
No? And hindi ka antokin sa Emmy pagka si Padre Lino ang pare.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of stories. No? One of the stories I remember is when the wife died, and they were already in the cemetery, and then the coffin fell, and then the wife became alive again, no? So in a way, yung babae, no? And after a few years, the wife died again. And then sabi ng husband, oh, be careful this time, ah. Baka pag pumagsak yan, mabubuhay huli yan. Pahihirapan naman ako. So Father Lino is really very
connects the story.
Very
we heard of that too.
But there are lessons in his stories.
Yeah.
And he came to Canada, to Toronto several times. Even before he shared in Vancouver, I believe. But in Vancouver, I think he stayed longer, right? So they stayed there for a month. To do your other programs aside from the ME. Anyway, we will miss Father Lino.
We will all miss him.
2 years ago in Manila, he was already diagnosed with cancer then, but he joined the IDC, the Interdistrict Conference, and he had talk. And still, there are some jokes in his talk, no? Even though he was already sick of cancer. We just pray that Father Lino is now with the Lord, and he has really done a lot, not only in Toronto but in other places.
We learned of his illness, and we prayed for him, and we heard for him in our quiet, private way. So, Father Lino, we will miss you a lot. Yet we are comforted in knowing that you are now at peace with the Lord. No more pain and suffering. Rest well, Father Linus. Well done, good and faithful servant. Enjoy God's eternal rewards.